CNN star host Jake Tapper's new book is the key to the gates of the Democratic Party's hell. Jake Tapper, the star anchor of CNN, has just released his book Original Sin, which hit shelves yesterday and reportedly sold well, making Tapper a fortune overnight. But the American public's reaction has been overwhelmingly furious, full of anger, contempt, and disgust. The Republican Party has already begun mobilizing to investigate and denounce not only this book, but Tapper himself and the entire incident it relates to. There is a broad consensus. This shameless and despicable CNN figure, Tapper, has spent the past 4 years tirelessly insisting that Joe Biden was fine, brilliant, healthy, tireless, and the greatest president in American history. He even parroted Democratic talking points claiming Biden was working 24/7 for the American people, all while knowing full well it was a lie. Now, with no shame whatsoever, Tapper is forced to admit in his own book that Biden actually works only about 45 minutes a day, spending the rest of his time sleeping, taking medication, or engaging in who knows what other activities. Essentially, Biden is portrayed as a shell of a man, a ghost of original sin, a political zombie. Tapper is now profiting by covering up his own cover-ups. First, he hopes to preemptively absolve himself from future accountability. Second, he aims to profit from his crimes by committing new ones, using this book to mask his earlier deceptions. Only the Democratic Party could come up with such a despicable scheme, and only someone as morally bankrupt as Tapper could carry it out. Tapper has long been infamous as one of the most vicious Trump haters in the media. During the 2020 election, all his CNN shows were essentially nonstop attacks on Trump. Every single segment a Democratic assault operation. In the 2024 CNN presidential debate he hosted, he did everything in his power to prop up Biden, trying to paint a half-conscious, medically unfit man as a perfect candidate. But Biden's health was simply too bad. No amount of media spin could disguise the truth. That was when people began to realize Tapper was not just biased, he was part of a much larger cover-up. Today, President Trump released a statement accusing the Democratic Party of orchestrating a massive conspiracy to push a physically and mentally declining Biden onto the national stage, install him in the White House, and then use him as a puppet to transform the country. A weak and incapacitated president is the easiest to manipulate. Why? Because Trump argues Biden never had the will or the awareness to enact some of the destructive policies we've seen. He would never on his own have completely opened the U.S. border or allowed 21 million illegal immigrants into the country. These actions were orchestrated by radical elements within the Democratic Party, those who hate America, while Biden was left unaware, with everything rubber-stamped by an automatic signature device. Trump is now calling for a full investigation, not only into Biden's physical health, but into the automatic pen that signed off on countless executive decisions. The suspicion is growing. Biden's White House physician is complicit in one of the most dangerous cover-ups in history. Prostate cancer doesn't suddenly appear. It shows warning signs for years. That doctor must have known Biden's condition stretched back 4, 5, even 7 years. Why did he conceal it from the public? Was it his own choice, or was he under orders from Democratic Party elites and the deep state? This could constitute a staggering act of treason. Never before in U.S. history, or even human history, has something like this happened. A political party's inner circle conspiring to install a man utterly incapable of governing, even of basic self-care, as President of the United States. They placed him in the most powerful position in the world, and then manipulated him like a puppet with an automatic pen. This raises serious and urgent questions. Is the flood of illegal immigration, the rise of radical leftist policies across America, the explosion of violent crime, the vaccine tyranny, the manipulation of elections, all the grotesque and harmful developments we've seen, actually the result of this small, hidden group of conspirators? Even more troubling, Biden himself appears unaware of many of the bills he supposedly signed, including ones passed by Congress. He reportedly admitted to House Speaker Johnson that he didn't know what one of the bills even was. Then, before leaving office, he issued a slew of bizarre pardons. Pardoning his son Hunter, the notoriously corrupt Dr. Fauci Representative Adam Schiff, members of the January 6th committee, and especially Liz Cheney, individuals accused of major wrongdoing. Were these decisions really Biden's or the work of shadow figures in the White House and Democratic leadership? The Republican Party wants the truth. The American people want the truth. The whole world deserves the truth. This could be the most egregious and horrifying act of treason in modern history. Everyone involved must be held accountable. A full investigation must be launched. A special congressional committee must be formed. A real grand jury must be convened. A people's tribunal must be established to deliver justice.